Building a YouTube channel is hard, right? And I knew that I had to learn from someone. I knew that I couldn't do this by myself. And one of the things that I'm doing to support myself through the journey of growing this YouTube channel and just through the journey of showing up online in general is I am taking a creator bootcamp made by Jo Franco of the Damon and Jo channel, but also of her own channel, Jo Franco. She was also on the Netflix show World's Most Amazing Vacation Rentals, and honestly, she is just an incredible human being. I put myself in this bootcamp. We are 2 weeks into the 6-week process, and the biggest thing that is coming forward for me, the biggest thing I'm learning is really just that it's important to remember that you don't know what you don't know. There are so many little things I'm learning about like what it means to show up on camera, right? Like one of the things I learned was that the camera takes away about 50% of your energy. And so if you're going to show up on camera, bring big energy because it will, kind of be sucked away. I didn't understand that. I have been putting myself on the internet for 5 years and nobody told me that. And as soon as I understood that, I was like, oh, I can bring more energy to the camera than I thought I could. And the truth is, I'm honestly a pretty high energy person. I don't know if you can hear that like car playing music driving by the house, but in any event, I'm actually a pretty high energy person. And I have been kind of not muting myself, but like I feel like when I come on camera, I like to be grounded and relaxed. And that comes more from when I was working in counseling and they tell you to be grounded and to be, relaxed and basically to be neutral energy because the person who's coming in to see you has high energy, they're likely anxious and, upset, nervous, whatever, and you want to be a calming presence for that person who's coming in to see you. And so when I was in counseling, it was like you're sitting and you're breathing deeply and you are anchoring the energy of the space so that when the person comes, they can, match your energy and they can ground. And typically it's like you're creating a baseline so that they can calibrate to you. But that is very different than when you are on camera, right? When you're on camera, the person is not even going to get the full extent of the energy that you're putting out there, and so put more energy out there. And it's very interesting to see how when you're coming from different contexts, you need to adjust how you show up in spaces. And so when I was a counselor and when I was sitting there helping people calm down, which is a lot of what I was doing in the job, helping people calm down, you need to be calm because you're supposed to help somebody else calm down. But in this situation, you need to be more hype and to bring more energy. And I was like, oh, that in and of itself is worth $1 million because that gives me permission that I never really felt like I had to show up more alive in content, to show up more alive on camera. And when I tell you I've been showing up for 5 years on camera, not on YouTube, but on Instagram. I have done a ton of Zoom classes. I have taught, I don't even know how many, I could easily say 100 Zoom workshops and webinars and courses and all kinds of things. I have been on camera so much. I'm frustrated by this, but in the best way. I have been on camera so much, and I did not realize that being on camera is a permission slip to bring big energy to a space, which is not how I've been showing up. And so anyway, that's one thing that I've been learning from this process is creating content is much different. And for context, for me, I'm a coach, right? So I do know how to be empathetic and grounded and nurturing and reassuring. And that's an important part of my job. And I will never stop doing that. But that part of me and that way of being is not always the same on camera. Like, it doesn't always translate. Like, if I'm actively diminishing my energy because I think that's going to be more grounding and more soothing, that could be detracting from the fullness of what I could be bringing to the space, what I could be bringing to content, what I could be bringing to YouTube. Now, I still intend to be a grounding and reassuring presence, but the trick now is establishing a way of being, which is what I'm going to be focusing on over the coming weeks, months, days, years, decades, that is authentic to all the different pieces of my personality and that allows me to really create the space that I'm here to create online, because I know that I'm here to create a safe space, a space where people feel seen, a space where people feel like they can do deep exploration and open up, whether they're opening up to me and to the community in the comment section or whether they're opening up to themselves in a journal. Like, I want this to be a space for relaxation and inquiry, but I also want to be radiant. I want to be like coming off fully, and I want people to really get to know the side of me that does have a lot of energy, because I am a pretty high energy person at certain times, and at other times I'm more mellowed out. And I'm very excited to see how I can bring all of that to the space of this YouTube channel. And so if you're not already subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe, because I'm going to be sharing and experimenting and really just playing with a lot of different ways of showing up, a lot of different ways of communicating potentially the same message a bunch of different ways. And I'm going to be continuing to share what I'm learning about content creation. And so if you are creating content, if you're wanting to figure out how to create better content, I am more than happy to share everything that I'm learning. And I'm also going to link the bootcamp itself below if you are interested in going on a similar journey. I cannot recommend Jo enough. And it's not just Jo, there's like 50 something people in this community, and we're all going through it together, and it's just so much fun. This is not a commercial for her. I am in no way being like paid or sponsored to say this. It's just been like one of the most fun things that I've done in a really long time. And so I am going to leave the information below, but in any event, I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'm going to give you homework for this one. And think about how you bring different energy to different areas of your life. Just be aware of it. Just notice it and see if there's anything that you want to start shifting so that you can show up with different parts of yourself in different moments. All right. I love you, and I'll see you very soon in another video. Bye.